Today on the channel, we're back on the case with another Mattel 4-pack He-Man and the Master Universe Origin style with the battle for Subternia.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Origins collection unboxing. And today, we got another fan channel exclusive 4-pack with the Battle for Subternia. But for all your Battle for Subternia needs and a whole lot more, you better hit up Entertainment Earth. Use the link in the description down below to support the channel. And you guys know by now, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And is this the third 4-pack? I think we've unboxed one each year over the last couple of years. Very fun background characters, ancillary characters, new made-up characters, but a way to build out the battlefield. And we get another one of those here today for the Battle from Subternia. Very, very fun for army builders. You could buy multiples of these sets if you really wanted to. A very cool idea here. And I think I've really enjoyed the last two, and I fully expect to enjoy this one as well. There's always a lot of buzz about these packs. The artwork is always fabulous on these. We're going to go through that here in a second. But these always do command a pretty pricey secondary value on them. Feels like a lot of people miss out on these. Maybe it's because they're fan channel exclusives, but these do go up in value pretty well. Now, it'll be interesting to see what this one ends up doing. But a lot of people usually miss out on this one, and I think that is part of the fan nature, the fan channel exclusive nature of those. You don't see them at Walmart. You don't see it at Target. You really don't see it at Amazon. It's basically the Entertainment Earths of the world. So take that for what you will. But let's dive into it here. Very slim 4-pack, looking very cool on the artwork department. A lot of stuff going on, a lot to drink in there. You got the classic Masters logo. You got the Subternian, what's that say here? Subternian, Battle from Subternia. You got the Beastman friends. You got the Skeleton friends, Avian friends, Merman friends. Looking pretty darn wild there. Then on the side, Battle for Subternia. Uh-oh, look who we got over here. It's old Scareglow. They're in his realm. Maybe the next He-Man movie might go into his realm. We'll see what ends up happening with that. We do got a little action on the back here. I like this. 4 characters, 4 different file cards, not generic. Just want something for each one of these. And just, instead of just saying, hey, we got these 4 warriors or whatever, it gives you a little bit of pizzazz. And we're going to read each one as we go through each figure, I think is what we're going to end up doing. This does also open in the front. Get a little bit more battle scene. You get all 4 figures in there. Very, very cool. This is a great thing. When I was a kid, you get a Christmas gift like this or something. This is what it's about at the end of the day. But it does say, deep in the dark depths of Subternia, a new evil emerges to threaten peace on Eternia. The mysterious cult leader Sepult-Ro? Sepult-Ro? What? And his disciples join forces with the seemingly lost 7 tribes beast to take not only Subternia, but the whole planet. In a rare show of solidarity, though, those at the sea and sky, Aquaticons and Avions, join forces, oh my gosh, pushing the Dark Warriors back to where they emerged from. And I think in some circles, wasn't Merman's like tribe, people, his family, whatever you want to call it, they were like enslaved by Skeletor. They didn't like Skeletor. They were enslaved by him. Is that the case? Maybe I'm wrong on that, but it does say Avion Warrior, the flying heroic guard. Of course, best buddies with Stratos, I'm assuming. The Primal Captain, the powerful beastly warrior, Beastman. Aquaticon Mer-Warrior, fearsome ocean soldier. That would be Merman's boy. And then you got Sepult-Ro Disciple, dark cult acolyte. Maybe Skeletor, maybe Scareglow. Modern posing, retro play. The usual hits being played on the packaging on this one. Very, very fun. Very fun. I can feel already it's going to be a fun set. We're going to dive into it right now. We're going to slide it out. We're going to whip it out. There we go. We're going to put that back in there. And I'm going to stick this off to the side because we're going to reference that. We're going to do a little reading here. It's going to be reading with Kyle. But first, we got twist ties aplenty. And we're going to have to dive into all of those. We got a Murder's Row. Very colorful. It's just Masters Universe all day long. But let me take this offline. Get all these twist ties out, and we'll be back talking all things the battle for Subternia. All right, let's get down to business with this 4-pack. Let's go in order. Let's start with the Avion Warrior, and let's read what it says about our friend here. Stratos, best friend, of course. This warrior class provides an essential element to every battle, keeping watch on the field, providing aerial defenses. The Avion Warrior provides a flexible assault, even in the caves of Subternia. So how about that? So Stratos getting some leverage, getting some friends, all that fun stuff. We do get an Avion staff / weapon, I guess we'll call it. You can hammer somebody over the head with this. All in gold color like we usually see with the Origin style figures. Not a lot of different colors between the weapons, usually one and done. That's usually the way these roll. Looks good though, looks like something an Avion Warrior might have in their collection. And now we're diving into this Avion Warrior. Looking interesting here. Almost looks more cartoon collection than Origin style, and I guess we could say that about all of these. It kind of feels like it mixes and matches between those, which at the end of the day, you can mix and match. It's your figure collection after all. But this one to me feels a little bit more cartoon collection than Origins. I'd be interested to hear your take on that. But we got the head here. Almost reminds me of Mechanic from the Masters Universe movie out in theaters right now. Kind of has that vibe with the helmet and the glasses going on there. He's got some interesting, I guess, goggles, but are they prescription goggles? I think they are, Todd McFarlane. He's like a young Horace Grant once upon a time. Shout out to Horace Grant, as we know. Got that Avion helmet over the top there. Very human in the face, though, much like Mechanic, of course, but human in the face where Stratos is like a bird monkey. He's a bird monkey thing, isn't he? That's what he always was to me, at least. But he does got the gray body here, but once again, not a lot of fur going on in these arms, especially in the chest. I'm not sure what's up with that. But he does got some hair on the forearms. We also got some reuse with the wings clipping onto the arms. We've seen that before. Got a splayed out hand and a gripping hand for his staff if need be. Got a nice vest over the top that might make Prince Adam jealous, but it's in blue this time. Got a red belt around there. Got the red loincloth or red belt and then blue loincloth. Yep, blue loincloth down here looking good. Got the gray legs. Got the red boots going on. No feet down here. It's straight up boots for this. So dial in between the different Avion styles of fashion, of course, as we know these Avion guys. But does look pretty darn good. It looks like a guy that I'll have mixed into the battlefield. You guys have seen my setup, possibly. He does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Make sure you use code Kyle to save yourself 10%. If you're looking at picking up a stands over there, make sure you get the Mattel ones once again. But looking pretty good. Now I'm going to get his partner in crime over here. Kinda. We got Stratos. Like I said, these guys don't look like they're from the same universe, but we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide. We got to let a lot of things slide if you want to really be into this Eternia universe, of course, and Subternia even more. But looking at that, there's the partnership. A love that might last a lifetime, possibly, like a young Firehouse once upon a time. But next up, we're going to go Beastman here. So I slide some things around. There we go. We're going over to Beastman. We got Beastman weapons. And what's it say about our Beastman friend? The Primal Captain is his name. PC is what they call him. It's a little inside joke around the old locker room. The 7 tribes were thought lost, but emerging from the dark of Subternia and the beasts rise, a Primal Captain fights for their clan and their alliance with Sepult-Ro's twisted cult. All right. Well, another one of a long line of Beastmen friends, I guess what we got. And we got this club. We've seen this before. Almost reminds me of like an arrow or like a Nerf dart or something. But it is a club here. Very rudimentary weapon you could see with one of these guys. And then we also got the little knife. He's got his little knife here. It almost looks like it's made out of stone. He carved it himself, sharpened it up. And then he got a little bit of wrappings for a handle. Very primitive weapons for Beastman and his clan, I guess, and the Primal Captain. I do like that we can store that knife on the side. We've seen this before as well. Now this one dances a little bit back to the Origin, more stylings here. We've seen this head sculpt multiple times between Beastman and our good friend Mossman. Oh, Mossman, he stole my heart and broke my heart just recently. If you know, you know, people. I couldn't believe it. One of the biggest travesties, I would say, in Masters Universe lore of the last, 40 years. Maybe. But interesting look, but I do like the reuse of this head here. I think this works, and I really wish I could get a couple more of these guys. I'd like to have a Beastman and his army of beasts is what I would like to see. But it does look very good. You got the hallmarks of the Beastman stylings with this one. Maybe missing some blue, but looks pretty darn good. Got the long, gangly arms going on. You got the fur throughout, sculpted in, not real fur. That's a power move. We've seen it with Beastman, though. But looking good here. You got the grip in hand, and then you got the splayed out hand once again. You got the overlay with his little pouch, probably magic powder in there, who knows. And then you got the sheath there for his knife. You got the bicep gauntlets on this one as well. We've seen that in the past. Looking very good. And then he's got fur down into the feet. And I guess, I was going to say, are these boots? What are these? I mean, it's all fur. I guess slippers. He's wearing slippers through the jungle, apparently. He's been working out along the way. He's got quite the ab definition on him here. So kudos for him. What? He's been doing Taibo with Billy Blanks? Well, somebody's got to do it. Not as many people do it as they used to. So at least he's rocking the Taibo. I'm here for it. But he also fits on a Mattel ringside collectible stand for those keeping track at home. Uh-oh, will he weapon fit in his hand though? That might be the real power move. He comes with a weapon that won't fit in his hand. There we go. All right. Now he's rocking and rolling, dare I say, strutting and strolling. And we got old Beastman here, the OG Beastman. Similar but different, I guess what we'll call these, but it feels like they could be in the same faction. I don't want him to just be a straight up repaint of this Beastman. I don't want the same head. I think it's good use out of this extra head here. That's not really the most iconic Beastman head. I know some people like the Lords of Power and stuff like that. I get it. I understand it. But for me, this is my Beastman. This is a good henchman to have on his team. So I like what we're seeing with this one. I like what we're seeing. And like I said, we'll walk articulation through with probably Merman friend here. Friend of Merman is what we'll call it. The Aquaticon Mer-Warrior. Undersea masters swim out of the depths to fight for Merman, their leader, deep in the oceans of Eternia. Formidable in and out of water, these warriors know how to adapt to all environments. So shout out to them, living under the sea like a young Ariel once upon a time. And now we're diving into Merman's friend. He does got his little staff over here. I believe we saw this with the cartoon collection Merman. Am I wrong on that? Very interesting at the top here. Looks like... draw your own conclusions what that looks like to you. But it's a trident, and if you live under the water, you rule under the water, you better have a trident. We saw it with Aquaman. We've seen it with Namor. We've seen it with Merman. It's a hallmark of the undersea individuals, and we got that right here. But looking at this one, like I said, dances between Origins and Cartoon Collection. To me, this one dances back over to the Cartoon Collection. It doesn't have that dark green of Merman of old. It's got more of a playful, joyful, cartoony green is what I'll call this one. Seafoam green could be, Todd McFarlane, could be. New head on this one. Looks like a piranha is what it looks like to me. Spikes up on the head. You got the gills off to the side. You got those big old eyes. You got those sharp teeth. Looking very cool. This looks like a nice army builder. Wish I could have, once again, just a couple of these guys in my collection. Like 3 is always a nice thug group. That would have been nice to see. You do got the fins. How about a little fins on the forearm? Looking very good. 2 gripping hands. Traditional He-Man thumbs up gripping hands on this one. He does got the Ocean Warlord title belt, if I'm not mistaken what that one is. Somebody fact check that if you want to, but I'm pretty sure that's the Ocean Warlord heavyweight title belt. I don't know if he wrestled that for Merman or what's going on. Merman's out with injury. That could be. He's just a temporary champion. They're going to unify the belts down the road. We've seen it before. Sean Razor. It's kind of the same thing. Makes sense. Got the trunks on here. Of course, you're going to go underwater. You got to get the swim trunks on. Got them in orange here that does pop against this kind of tealish seafoam green color, whatever we want to call it. Now, articulation, same for all these guys. They are plug and play. We guys know that by now. But head, back, forth, side, side, up and down. Arms all the way around for us. No bicep cut, but you got single jointed elbows up and down, side to side. Hands back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation. You got those under the sea splits if you need them. Leg goes up for the kick to the nuts. Single jointed knees, side to side. Boot cut, ankles, back, forth, side to side. The usual articulation here in the Masters of the Universe Mattel scalings. No pun intended. Fits on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Does this warrior. And we do got a Merman of the past. And it's funny is like when I first saw this Merman, I always said, this isn't my Merman. The Merman I originally saw was the figure that looked like a Stinkor in the head. You guys know the classic one, the one that they share the same. I guess it was Merman's first. But when I close my eyes, I think that's Merman. But as I've gotten older, I enjoy this look a lot more. The Lords of Power, whatever you want to call it. But there is different looks for Merman. But man, they don't feel like they're on the same team. Their skin tones are different and stuff. But you know, at the end of the day, you're exactly right, Todd McFarlane. Why can't we all just get along? What's it matter on the skin tone colors? What's it matter at the end of the day? Why can't these guys be friends? They can't be just because they don't share the same color. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing there? So we got that going on. And now we're going to bring it all home, bring it all back home, maybe like a young Bob Dylan. We could, as we got Sepult-Ro Disciple. The unholy disciples of the mysterious Sepult-Ro reside deep in Subternia's dark and unforgiving depths. Pledging their souls, these skeletal beings attack in his name for power in the quest for immortality. So who is this Sepult-Ro? Are we ever going to get a figure of him? Am I missing something here? Is he coming as a Mattel Creations exclusive down the line? Is he going to be some deluxe character? I'm not sure exactly what's going on with his lore, but we got one of his disciples, and once again, would love to see more of this guy in the future. Very cool looking figure here. Now, he does got a little staff with a scythe here, looking a lot like something Scareglow would have, honestly. And they're down in Scareglow's playground here, as we saw in the box as well. But you got the nice translucent green plastic, just fits on there, looking very nice. Then we got a second one, and I'm like, why did we get two of these? Why did they give me two? Well, you can put one on each end of the stick if you want to, and you can have the dual stick down here. And I think, did we first see this maybe with Turtles of Grayskull, Donatello? That might have been the first time we saw this. But you can spin it around. He almost reminds you of like one of those Hawaiian luau's with those guys that are twisting the fire around. Shout out to those guys, of course. Real ones, as we know. You put the pig in the ground like a young Hank Jr. and you eat the pig and the fire dancers come. It's a whole thing. You get the luau. Yeah, shout out to Hawaii. Shout out to Hawaii. But now we're diving into this Disciple here. Looking interesting. Reminds me of the Disciple from WCW and the NWO. A lot of similarities. Maybe, maybe not. But it is a straight up skeleton body. A lot of people love skeletons. A lot of people collecting skeletons in this day and age. And here's another one for you. Got a lot of rags, and maybe he'll take these rags to riches. Who knows? But he's got the big hood over the top in purple, much like Skeletor, much like Scareglow. Looking very good. A little torn and tattered. Same thing with the cape, torn and tattered. But all this is removable if you want it to be. You can just dress this guy as a straight skeleton if you really want it to be. And skeletons don't got a lot of muscle. They don't got any muscle. They just got bones. So it's got to be tough carrying all this stuff around for him, you would imagine. But he just got that. Got the big loincloth there in the front. He does got the skeleton title belt. Whoops, excuse me. Skeleton Intercontinental title belt, Todd McFarlane. I almost missed that there. Looking very good. He's got some Mike Piazza shin guards down here. We know those anywhere. Longtime viewers of the channel are getting really good at naming the shin guards when we see them, or any kind of shin protection. We know exactly which catcher had these once upon a time. Nice color to this guy here. Got a kind of bone white, dare I say. Looking very good. Skeleton head on the top. Got the deep set eyes, eye sockets. Got the teeth showing. Unfortunately, no movability in the jaw. That is key, though, in skeleton style figures, if you ask me. Looking good. Besides that, you got the bare feet down here. I guess they're more Skeletor-like feet, but all in bone. Bone gripping hands here, looking very nice. Same articulation as everybody else, but a little bit limited on the articulation. Not as deep articulation as some of the other guys will call it. And it almost looks like he has wrappings around his waist too. But a lot going on with this guy, especially when you throw on over the top here the hood. Now I'm trying to remember who this hood was. Is this another Turtles of Grayskull? This was like Raphael or Michelangelo? You do got a holster here for a weapon, but not going to be for either of these guys' weapons. But as we've historically seen with these 4-packs, it's just straight up reuse for the most part, thrown back in with some new part selections. Not a bad deal, though. There's a lot of playability with these, so you can do that. Just like you can stick him on a ringside collectible stand if you want to. Looking pretty good for the little skeleton warrior. But speaking of skeletons, how about Scareglow? Do we think they're the team? Is that where they go? Do they go together? I'm not really sure, but also at the same time, remember we got the Skeleton Warrior 2-pack. They were glow-in-the-dark guys. Does he belong to this tribe? Where does he go? Or does he belong to Skeletor once upon a time? Where does this guy go? Where does his allegiance line? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. He's a wild guy. He's a wild guy, but it's a wild 4-pack here. A lot of classic Hallmark characters getting a little bit more extra ammunition, a little extra teams going here, and I'm here for that. I could literally have another box set like this with different heads and maybe some different weapons, and I would buy that as well to build out the Avian army, build out the Merman Aquatic army, build out Skeletor Scareglow army, whatever, Beastman's army. I like the idea of that. It's great for army builders, but if you're not an army builder, you're an ancillary collection, it's a nice, easy pass. It's not for you, and I think Mattel made the right choice making this a fan channel exclusive, as I don't think this would go so well at Walmart or Target, but for the real ones out there, the hardcore collectors, the completionists, etc., I think this is a very fun pack in a long line of packs that were very fun, this being the third one by my count here today. But what's your thoughts on this 4-pack? Is it a must-have pack for you? Do you need this in your collection? Is this a can't-miss pickup? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels. 2 channels, of course, 2 YouTube channels with content every single day. Appreciate the support over there. Check out my Patreon. Check out YouTube channel memberships for even more content. So much stuff going on each and every single day. Appreciate all the support. You guys know that. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com if you want to send me an email. And you guys know The Kyle Peterson Show, my weekly, almost said monthly, weekly podcast each and every Tuesday with my wife, Angie. We break it all down, and we just did a recap coming out this Tuesday, depending when you're watching this, or right now for Patreon members, where we review the He-Man movie. So we give all of our thoughts from me, a guy that's watched it since the inception of the cartoon, to my wife, who's never seen anything He-Man. We meet in the middle at the movie. So check out that podcast this week. Episode 63, I believe it is. So be on the lookout for that as well. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and watch it on YouTube, all that kind of fun stuff. So there it is for another He-Man and the Masters of the Universe 4-pack. I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
It's after midnight! People are trying to sleep! Stop! Stop!
I was editor of the school magazine.